Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for the star sign Aquarius, and that's Sun, Moon and Rising for the month of September. So before I get into the reading, I'm just going to give a quick background as to what's happening planetary. So we've got significant energies that are playing out this month. Saturn is finally going direct in Capricorn, and it was in retrograde since 2019. And by it going direct, it's starting to trigger and activate certain themes in our life. But what is interesting is that it relates to when Pluto did that same movement in 2014. So what you may find is that it's triggering or reactivating those themes that played out in 2014. And what it does is it's there to make us consider whether we have actually changed old patterns and moved through old cycles. So that's a big part of September. So you'll feel a lot going on, and you might feel the energy quite heavy. We've also got a Pisces full moon, which is upcoming 13th and 14th of September, and it's increasing your sensitivity and your perceptiveness. So you may find yourself more intuitive and more aware of what's happening around you emotionally, but also in terms of the downside is some of you may feel quite anxious or insecure or uncomfortable during this time. September 14th and 15th, the personal planets are starting to go direct. So that's Mercury, Venus and Mars in Virgo, and that's all to do with routines, but also, and that's the beginning half, but the latter part of September, Mercury and Venus shift into Libra, and that's all to do with socializing, networking, and it's a change from what was happening earlier on with the routines. 23rd of September is the equinox, and that's an equal balance of daylight and moonlight, so it's all to do with balance. But also we've got a Libra new moon on September 28th, and again that's calling on for balance, and that may be that right now we're going through very intense energies coupled with these new moons, which is bringing about the emotions, so it's stirring things up a little bit more. But Aquarius, so what comes to mind is progressive, humanitarian, forward thinking, but also at times a little bit temperamental. So before we get into it, we're just going to take a moment to kind of center ourselves, because I'm feeling a lot of Aquarius feel quite, I'm getting a sense of movement, fast, everything's happening too quick. So I think it's a moment, just take a moment to sit and center ourselves and know that everything that's happening around us is okay and it's happening, but we are center and we're balanced. And I'm feeling a lot of you might need to say affirmations like, I am balanced, I am whole, I move to my timing, because a lot of things are happening very fast around you, I feel. But let's get into the reading and see what this month has in store for all of you. Yeah, I feel a quickening of the heart. I feel like, a little bit like, how do I explain the feeling? It's very like, everything's happening fast. I don't have time to catch my breath. I don't have time to catch my breath. That's what I'm feeling. So, it'd be interesting to see how much of you feel like that, but it's a very overwhelming feeling, and I feel right now a lot of you need to kind of balance, 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 balance. Find that balance. What do you do to create your balance in your world? There's also rushing in of energies. Maybe some of you are rushing to do something. Rushing, 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 rushing. Do things quickly. Things have to happen quickly, I'm getting. Okay, let's see what the cards have to show. So again, we've got the eight of wands. So this, again, maybe this is confirming this energy of movement, 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 move fast, fast, and it seems like there's this backlog of stuff. And maybe you're feeling the pressure of a lot of things in the pipeline or backlog. The Empress for me always signifies this pregnant of ideas, this wanting to grow of ideas, and you may find yourself there's a lot of ideas you have, a lot of things you want. It's a very beautiful card, but when you have this like backlog, it feels like to maybe attain a certain point or to reach a certain point, you have so much to do. But then you've got the Two of Cups, which is a beautiful energy of love, partnership. For some of you, it might be a reminder to say you need to work together, because they're working together. They're pouring from two different cups. They're holding hands. They're in unison. But I'm feeling this. There's so much to do. I feel quite overwhelmed. Everything has to happen quickly. The ideas are coming in. I have an idea, or I have a point which I need to get to, but remember, you're not the only one. There are others with you. There is another person. It could be a business partner. It could be a romantic partner. It could be a friend. But you're not alone. You don't need to do this on your own. You need to work together. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and for me that's to do with feeling off balance, feeling like you're losing like that security, losing that security. And usually the Pentacles will talk to the financial security, but it could be security that keeps you grounded, that keeps you balanced. So this sense of losing I'm getting, I feel I'm losing something, I need to do things quickly. And then you've got the Six of Swords, so moving away, but still carrying the swords, meaning although you want to move to a better position, a different place, where you have gone away from feeling this loss or this pain or this quickening of things having to be done quickly. So for some, it might be you're trying to do something quickly because you're making a move. It could be that, but you're making this move with a lot of these thoughts which are troubling you because you're carrying the sword energy. So you're not going through this process in a very calm way. It's this hastening and this quickening. But then you want this Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is you're working on something. So with this Empress and the Eight of Pentacles, I'm feeling like you're working on something that's going to bring you abundance. But there's this quickening and it's your energy that feels that you have to do everything on your own. And you're feeling this loss, like this loss of time, this loss of money, this loss of security, and this idea of something like to move forward, something's being taken away, you're being tipped off balance. And interesting enough, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you've got the King of Swords in reverse, but you've got the World card. Meaning the King of Swords for me is very directive. It's a king. It's swords can also to do with the words and the communication. But when it's in reverse, it's unable to communicate effectively, unable to make decisions effectively, I'm feeling. But you've got the World card, meaning that you will want to attain this abundance. But again, remember, you're not the only one in this. That you probably, I feel a lot of you have another person that's going through this with you. Or if you haven't identified there's another person, there is another person, there is help, there is way of bringing these energies together to achieve that abundance that you want. But there's a hastening, there's a quickening of energy. Again, funny enough, you've got, so this has come underneath the Six of Swords, and again it's come up again. So you are desperately trying to move. A lot of you are trying to move away from a situation, or actually physically make a movement, but you're doing things very quickly and you're taking this pressure on your own. And again, interestingly enough, is you've got the Eight of Pentacles with the Two of Wands. So making a decision to move and to work on something. So again, this idea of movement, working, looking out, looking onto the future, or waiting for what you've worked on to come in. So looking out and waiting to receive, I'm getting as well. But a really key energy, I feel, is this, no wonder I was feeling so, oh my god, things are happening quick, I need to move, why do I feel so rushed? It's this rushing energy, which a lot of you are feeling to achieve something or to gain this abundance. You want, the World has come in with the Empress. So that a lot of you want to achieve something, but the abundance is there because it's upright. But I feel that you're doing things in a way that's making you feel like you're losing things, because you're moving so there's this, I get this rush, this like stampede, this like, you know, when a stampede comes, it's just like takes over everything, and that's what I'm feeling. And you've got Death card that has come out. So for me, this is due a transformation. So killing maybe an old way of doing things that's it's not going to benefit you, it's not going to work in this situation. You will move on to calmer waters, or you will achieve and have that abundance. But I feel that you need to temper your energy. You need to know that there is this Two of Cups energy which is playing out, where you have somebody else. So if it's a partnership, and if it's you and a business partner, or it's a community, you have others. If it's a romantic relationship and you're not alone. So if you're also trying to make this move, I feel like it's very, you're rushing into things, and you're therefore not communicating effectively, which is something which Aquarius, you're good at communication, you're forward thinking. Maybe you're thinking too quickly, and it could end, if you think as well, we can read this card saying, if you move too quickly and in haste, it could result in a imminent end, and that's not what you want. So you need to take a moment to center yourself. Like I felt, wow, this energy is rushing in, and we need to center ourselves, balance, and know that we are in control at our timing. If things are happening in your external environment that's pushing you, you need to take time. Or if you yourself are creating this internal world and it's mirroring externally, you need to balance yourself. Because I don't see abundance, not coming in. I see abundance coming in. You've got the World, you've got the Eight of Pentacles working on something, you've got the Empress. But you have a warning that if you keep going with this energy of rushing, you're not going to take that moment to balance, recalibrate and move in a way which is effective for you, because you'll find that you might be making quite a lot of mistakes because you're not communicating effectively. And what will happen is, through your inability right now, because of this hastening of energy, this fast moving energy that's coming in, what you may find is there'll be delays, and that will frustrate you even more. But please, I really do feel this might be a theme that you worked on in 2014. Reflect, take a moment and balance, because things will happen. You will reach that abundance, or that even if you have lots of ideas, they will actualize. The one that's right will actualize, but you cannot be moving like you cannot be moving in haste, because that's not, you want to move away and you will move into calmer waters. But when you move with haste and you do it too quick, and it's this rushed energy, it's panic energy, what's going to happen is whatever you put into, so whether it's an idea that you want to achieve or something that you want to manifest, you're putting that panic energy into it, and that's going to create a lot of delays. So, or if it's a relationship, by you being too panicked, your partner may feel quite overwhelmed, and it could result in delays in what you want to do together, or it can result in one having to step back because you're moving very quick. So I hope this reading helped. I really do feel the advice for you is to find ways to center and balance yourself. So how do you slow yourself down? How do you slow your mind and your thoughts down? And do you journal? Do you have any daily ritual or practice that helps to put things into perspective and keeps you calm and not anxious? It's really identifying the root of anxiety and this need to rush forward. We need to kind of first deal with the anxiety and where it's coming from, and why do we feel so anxious in this situation. When you have put things in perspective, and I know you're amazing at doing this, you're very forward thinking, very clever sign, you'll be able to sit and identify and go through and almost speak to the self to make the self feel reassured. You will reassure yourself, and then you'll be able to move through the energies and the timings that is comfortable, that's not going to create those delays. So yeah, I really hope this helped. I'd love to hear what you guys do in terms of your daily rituals to balance the self. It'd be really interesting to know and to share ideas. But please do like, comment and subscribe, and I will have your reading up for next month as well. Thank you for listening, and I wish you the best for the month of September.